welcome to this video. Today I want to show you how you can work with logs more efficient by using my new app Logier. I will show you some workflows and some nice features and hacks. So stick with me and I will show you how you can do this. To start, let's explore some ways on how we can use Logier. The first and easiest way is to just use the clipboard. So for this I took a random file, a log file, an SSH log file from GitHub, and then when I go into my app I can just paste it in and it will create me a temp file. If I press Ctrl B, it opens the file explorer and I can see there is already a system file in here. So let's click it and we can open it. We can also use Command O to open our Finder, and here I can just take another file and open it from the Explorer. So let's go back to the original file pasted from the clipboard. You see it is a temporary file. If I save it with Ctrl S, I can save it locally and give it a name, something like temp SSH. If I do that, I can see it is now added to my files. But let's get rid of these because I don't need them. Logier took all of these plain white hundreds of lines and put it into this workable data. So for instance, he found me some anomalies, like the new signatures for these entries, and these only mean that before and after this log, he couldn't find similar results. But let's close it for now and focus on other features. For instance, I can see that there are some invalid users. I will ask the Copilot, filter me the invalid users. And now he filters me for invalid users. He added the filter and now I could, for instance, I don't care about the warnings, info or fatal, I can only filter for the errors. And if I skim through the timeline, I can see that here is a spike or later in here. So for instance, I can select this spike and then I can see, oh, here are a lot of errors. Okay, now I want to report this to my chef. So for instance, I can still go in here and say, please create me a PDF report. He's thinking and he's generating me a report. So let's go into it. We can now click into the report and see what he wrote us. So the log file recorded a total of 1,024 errors related to failed authentication, and so on and so on. If I want to, I can click into a section and write my own stuff. I have also here the timeline again with the filters applied. I can see that he added the anomalies and I can also add some of my own notes. If I now want to print this, I can just say export to PDF and save the file. And this would, of course, do it for me. Now let's customize Logier a bit. We can first go to the file again and, for instance, set the theme to something like Monkai, Nord or something else. Let's choose Nord. Now we can also disable some of these sections, as maybe you want to just work with the logs in this way and have the search up here. The search isn't just a text search, you can work with it. For instance, you could say you want to search for the level and error, or the message as well. And then you could, for instance, search failed password. And now you see all these kinds of things. Then you can exclude, let's say I don't want to find for user. And now user gets dismissed. And I only see failed password for root and not the users. Okay, now I could, for instance, also disable the host, because I'm not really interested in, and put the message to the front. Okay, now I like this a lot more. This video should only give you a glimpse what Logier can do. Of course, there's a lot more settings, there's a lot more to explore, a lot of more ways you can filter or access your log files, like cloud files or something else. So I hope you kind of get the idea what Logier is for. For developers who deal with logs every day, but have some kind of random log format that they need to parse. Logier does that. Logier just automatically tries to detect every log file there is. So if you like the idea behind Logier, visit it at www.logier.dev and see you in the next video.